What's up, guys? Today we're going to skip giveaway, no giveaway. We're going to skip the intro and everything because I just want to do a super fast video on the Calamity lock. I've been asked about it quite a few times, so I want to show you the Calamity lock, and these are the cards you're going to need in play in order to reach the Calamity lock. Now, do not get scared and click off this video. Both these cards can be replaced by terraforming. If instead of Reamheart searching Obsidian, let's say you can search pretty much anyone you want except for Visas and Rykart, and I guess the Scareclaw stuff, so he can search any of those. I mean, like, if they ash you somewhere, you can draw two, which usually can get you to something Foolish Burial Goods. We'll get Trivi Karma out, and Trivi Karma can search any of the spells and traps that you need. Rhoda obviously can search either of these, so if you get interrupted, there are options. It's going to start with these two cards right here. Now, there are hands you're going to get where you're like, there's no way, but it is actually possible. If you start with, like, this hand, seems like a terrible hand to start with. Calamity Lock is still possible. If you start off with the Scareclaw, Field Spell, Ryphobia, the Scareclaw, Rykart, and like a Torrid or a Meek, it doesn't really matter. The reason why we use Torrid is because the combo would use up all three Meeks from our deck, and we would like to keep one in there, so that's the reason why we'd like to start with Torrid, but you don't need to start with Torrid. You can very much start with a Meek. So it's going to start with this guy and either him or him, and as my How to Play Mannadium video explained, it's kind of any two of these three, which in this case we would prefer Torrid, but it doesn't matter. Any two of these three, so if you start with that, obviously you're going to normal him and then search this, or if you start with like this, you're going to pop that, get the Field Spell. This is a longer version of it, but Field Spell gets Visas, Visas pops that, go into Lightheart, and then you end up a little bit differently, but it's still doable. But the main point of this, like, quote-unquote intro is I want you guys to just do test hands and look at the deck, because, like, if you start off with Rykart, then you don't need Ryphobia to search him, obviously, so you can use your Calarium to search for Meek or Torrid or even Reamheart. And if you start off with Visas, then you don't need your Calarium to search the Visas. So once again, you can search Meek, Torrid, something like that. You start off with Terraforming and Rhoda. I mean, you're pretty much, that's it. That's the whole combo. All you need is a way to get one of these guys out, and Rhoda's going to search Reamheart. Reamheart normal summon is going to search the Torrid. So that's full combo. I mean, the Obsidian, really all it is to keep you from reaching 5 summons before going into Baron. And it's a Torrid pop, which will bring out a Meek from the deck. So it's really not that big of a deal because you can pop with Starfrost, or when you go into Astral Out, you can pop there. But enough explanation on that. I just want to let you know, because when I first did it, it's like I was looking up videos and testing hands and whatnot, and everybody was like, these are the two to start with, or some videos would say that you wanted to start with all three, or that this was the one to start with, or something like that. Or even one video that got like quite a bit of views said that you needed to start with the Field Spell. And I'm letting you know, I promise you that is not the case. But for our hand, we're going to be starting with these two. So I'm just going to walk you through it, and you can pause, follow along online, do whatever you got to do. The deck profile for this deck is coming soon. This is post-Dune Mannadium Calamity Lock, and I've gotten first place in the last 2 locals I've done, and I've gotten first place with cards I don't own. Keep that in mind, because I don't own Thrust in a 35-person Discord championship. So it was through Yugioh Pro though, so obviously I was allowed to use cards that I don't own. But I'm going to walk you through how to get to the Calamity Lock, and there is one pivotal point in the combo / line where you can go into 4 level 10 synchros instead of Calamity if maybe you're facing Labyrinth or Altergeist or Trap Tricks. I faced a couple Trap Tricks yesterday. By a couple I mean one, but there were a couple players there. And there was also 2 Altergeist players, so I mean 4 just out of that were trap decks. So if you're facing a trap deck and you Calamity Lock them, they're going to set all their traps, and they're most likely still going to be able to play once they set their traps and pass. So there is a heavier alternative to the Calamity Lock, and the heavy alternative would be extra negates, extra protection for your synchro monsters, and 4 level 10 synchros instead of just Bish Balkan, which is pretty much just a target for Crimson Dragon. Calamity, which is pretty cool, he's pretty cool, but he's easy to get rid of. And then like Baron, that's pretty much your inboard if you go for Calamity Lock. So let's run through how to do it real quick. Normal Reamheart effect to search. Going to add Obsidian, special Torrid, activate Obsidian, target Torrid, pop Torrid to search the Field Spell. Field Spell is now in our hand. Now this is in the grave, we will activate Torrid's effect. Torad's going to get us a Meek out. Activate Calarium. Calarium activation is going to search the Visas. Obsidian's effect, banish to special Visas. And at this point we immediately go into Baron. So if they want to try anything funky with our line, we now have the option to negate it. As soon as we go into Baron and these two guys hit the grave, we're going to contact Fuse Riem and Starfrost into Vicious Astrolabe. Vicious Astrolabe hits the field, use his effect to pop Meek. We'll do Chainlink 1, Chainlink 2. This is important, and I choose to do it like that. So we chain block, chain blocking doesn't exist, but in this scenario it does, and it's actually not an official term at all, it's more like Yu-Gi-Oh slang. The reason why I choose Calarium to go first is because he needs to remain face up on the field in order to go through. If I Baron negate and somewhere in the combo he's banished or something, his effect still goes through. But if I activate Calarium and they even use Mystical Space Typhoon, it does not negate, but it does destroy. He needs to stay face up on the field. So I lock him in by doing Meek second. But that opens you up to Ghost Bell, which is not being played, so don't worry too much. Or something like that, or called by. Either way, even if it is, that's why I like to use him Chainlink 1 and then Chainlink 2 for Meek. So resolving backwards from our deck, we are going to special summon a Meek, and then Calarium's effect will Monster Reborn. This Meek's level is increased by 2. So now we're going to Synchro 12 into Crimson Dragon. Crimson Dragon's effect, target Baron, so he's going to return and bring out a level 10 Synchro Dragon because Baron was the target and he's level 10. That's going to get us Dissipator. Dissipator's effect to bring out Starfrost. Dissipator will Monster Reborn a light or dark from either banished pile. Obviously we choose Starfrost. Link away into Lightheart. Lightheart's effect to search, add Reichphobia. Activate Reichphobia, search Reichheart, special Reichheart, search a rival and draw one because we have 3 in defense. Activate a rival, target Starfrost, it is targeting, special summon him in defense. And this is the pivotal point. Now once you reach this point you have to decide, do I want to do Calamity Lock or do I want a more protective board? And I'm going to kind of show you both. I'll just real quick, this is a Calamity Lock video, but I'm going to show you the protective one. Right here, you take these two, light, dark, they equal level 10. So you go into Chaos Angel, and then once they hit the grave, you banish them both for a contact fuse on another Astrolabe. Level 8, level 2 tuner, you take those, he is a water, so you go into your last level 10 synchro, which for my case is Agrigine. And then as soon as they activate an effect, you're gonna chain her, which will banish whatever card they activated and all copies of that card with that name from the grave. And now none of your monsters can be destroyed or banished by card effect. That on top of Chaos Angel, all monsters, or I'm sorry, all synchro monsters are unaffected by activated monster effects. So basically they need a spell or trap that doesn't destroy or banish. If they manage to find one, you still have a Baron negate, but then kaijus are a thing and yada yada yada. So, but what this video is about is not that. So back to Calamity. So then we take Visa Starfrost in our level 2 Meek, and we will Synchro 8 into Amritara. Amritara's effect will activate, searching us a reframing. Just an Omni negate, it's good to have. So this is in our hand, we will just set that right there. And then these two guys have served their purpose, so they are going to be linked off into Cross Sheep. Cross Sheep is going to be activated almost immediately by banishing these two guys to contact fuse another Astrolabe, keeping this zone open to put in there. Now we activate Cross Sheep, everybody's up 700, and we get to reborn a Meek. So Meek is reborn, and I mean, this is less optimal, but you could go into another level 10 there if you wanted to, or you could use all 4 of these and go into a 4 negate Appaloosa, but Dissipator is kind of a dead card after he reborns Visas, so you kind of want to get him off the field. So at that point, we're going to take this level 8 and this level 8 and summon Bishbalkin. So that is the requirements for Bishbalkin. He is not synchro summoned, even though he's a synchro monster, and he's always treated as level 12. Very weird card. And if you run Abomination, which I did, and I found myself losing a lot more than I would want because he's aggressive. I have enough aggressive stuff, so I chose Appaloosa instead. Appaloosa can't use tokens to link summon, but Unchained Abomination can. So keep that in mind. You could activate Bishbalkin, 1 token on your side, 1 token on their side. go 1, 2, 3, 4, or I'm sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, into Unchained Abomination, Baron effect to pop one of their tokens, or their only token, so they're left with nothing on the field, or some line along that. But with what I do is I'll take these two, I will synchro 12 for Crimson Dragon, throw him in defense, and pass. Well, set this, and then pass. So Omni Negate, he's just a big boy. He gets us the Calamity, and Cross Sheep's pretty much a dead card at this point. So on their draw phase, draw. Activate Crimson Dragon on draw phase, target Bishop Balkan. He returns, Calamity comes out, new chain, activate Calamity, and that's it. Then you sit there. Now they can't activate any card effects, and their cards cannot be activated. So really all they can do is normal summon and like link and things like that. After that's over, Bishop Balkan's at 4,000. If they normal summon, he's at 5. If they got 2 cards on the field, he's at 6. 2 Omni Negates are still live. Baron's at 37, so 4,000, and if it's just your board, 4,000, 4,000, and that's game. So that is the Calamity lock. If you want to see the deck profile of the current post-Dune Mannadium deck, be sure to let me know down below. This deck has been really good, and since I've completed it, I haven't gotten less than first place. But then again, I did just complete it, so I've only gone twice. But either way, that is the Calamity lock. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. This is the first video we haven't done a giveaway on in a very long time, but I wanted to keep it quick. Catch y'all next time.